Big teams in the SPFL. Joe Nouble, sign him up. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. Livingston made it back-to-back wins today with a 2-1 win over Hibernian, and it was mainly thanks to the big man, Joe Nouble, who, in my opinion, has been tremendous so far to start the Scottish Premiership season. And I'm really surprised that he hasn't been, at the centre of attention. I'm really surprised he hasn't been receiving bids from other clubs. I think he'd be a great addition. It's like a Hibs. A Hibs could do with a Joe Nouble. A Hearts could do with a Joe Nouble. Like an Aberdeen. Even if you're Rangers and Celtic, maybe take a chance on the guy, because he is so good. He possesses pace, power, strength. He's actually skillful on the ball for such a big man as well. He just picks up the ball and drives it to people. It's insane. He kind of reminds me of like a bigger, sort of bulkier Joe Aribo in a way. I think this Joe Nouble guy is the real deal, and I would be surprised, no disrespect to Livingston, I would be surprised if he's still there. He might stay there by this window, but if he keeps these sort of performances up, I think he'll be gone in January. I think someone will come in and take a chance on him. But yeah, let's talk about today's game then. It was Joe Nouble, straight away, who gave Livingston the lead. Now, as much as I like Joe Nouble, as good as I think he is, this defending for Hibs was fucking atrocious. So, mistake in the middle of the park, Nouble picks the ball up, he just drives at the Hibs goal, but he's not even sprinting. He's kind of like jogging with the ball. You've got Cabrabra, who is not doing anything. You've got Kenny, who's not doing anything. And you've got Hanlon, who's kind of like the last man in defence, the last line of defence. And he's just waiting. He's waiting on Nouble approaching him, while the other two are just kind of like behind Nouble, backing off, not putting any pressure on. And Hanlon sticks out like the most pathetic attempt at a tackle you'll ever see. He just sticks his leg out, and Nouble just takes the ball around him and slides it past Davy Marshall. You actually have to see this goal to actually realise how bad a defending this was for Paul Hanlon. Like, the words can't do it justice. But again, it was, like I said, Cabrabra and Kenny did not help him either. They were just like, they were tracking back but doing absolutely nothing. Weren't closing Nouble down, weren't putting any pressure on Nouble. They were just jogging back with him as if he wasn't going to do anything. But the big man certainly did something. He put Livingston 1-0 up, and he almost put them 2-0 up. Another mistake, ball fell to Nouble, charged at the defender, got past, I believe it was Caden that made the mistake. He got past, I think it was Ryan Porteous, and had a shot that was saved this time by Davy Marshall. Now, that's kind of where Livingston's chances ended in the first half. It was more Hibs. Hibs came into it, get into the second half, and Hibs got an equaliser thanks to Kenny. And it was a lucky goal, I'm not going to lie. Livingston tried to clear it. They did clear it, but the clearance took a bounce off a Hibs man. It fell into the 6-yard box, and Kenny was there to toe poke it in. Like I said, Hibs did create chances, probably deserved an equaliser, but the goal itself was very lucky. Then we had a lot more chances for Hibs. We had a Martin Boyle dive in the box. 100% dive. I like Boyle. I think he's a great player, but this was not a penalty. This was a dive. Martindale's no happy. He's furious. He's calling it a dive. And then Lee Johnson's furious with Martindale for calling Boyle a dive. And I thought wee Martindale was going to stick the chin on Johnson. I was hoping so anyway, but it didn't happen. Referee came over, booked both men. He didn't book Martin Boyle, funnily enough, even though I think he should have for the dive, but he didn't. Then it was Hibs again creating more chances, but Hibs just could not seem to finish their chances. Stayed 1-1. Nouble, with about 10 minutes to go, is in the corner flag, 2-on-1. He just takes it around both Hibs players, passes the ball into, I believe it was Pittman, who had a shot saved by Marshall. And then very late on, it was Obley, who was at the back post. He got a header from a Livingston free kick. Again, no Hibs player near him. Where the fuck was the defenders? Shocking defending for Hibernian. The first goal was really bad. Second goal, it was bad as well, but it was just no one was marking him. The first goal I thought was worse because there was 3 people marking Nouble and not one of them done anything. At least here, nobody even attempted to mark Obley as he got the goal. But Hibs didn't stop here. They kept coming forward. We had Martin Boyle getting balls into the box, but it was a combination of Livingston just fighting like they always do, and a combination of Hibernian just not being able to finish their dinner. So it ended up being Hibs 1, Livingston 2. Like I said, back-to-back wins for Livingston. It is a win that takes them up into 4th place in the table, gives them 6 points, and that's really good when you consider their opening games against Rangers. Not many people would expect them to win that. So, they've actually done very well to come out and win their next 2 games after that against 2 solid teams. Let's keep it real. You know, Dundee United and Hibernian. So I mean, they've had a really hard start to the season. There's no doubt about that. You know, Rangers, Dundee United and Hibs, and for them to pick up 6 points for that, I think Davy Martindale will be more than happy. I think he deserves a wee bottle of Bucky to celebrate. But yeah, no, good win for Livingston again. Hibs, I'm not going to say they're terrible, because they're not. You know, they create a lot of chances, but they don't take them, and defensively they just look like they can leak goals. So, like I said, I think I predict that Hibs to finish 8th. I think they might finish a wee bit higher than that, but I'm still not convinced to get top 6. I just think they're too fragile at the back, and they're just not clinical enough going forward. Martin Boyle, maybe, I think if I was Hibs, I would maybe play him as a striker, rather than have him out wide, rather than have him creating the chances. I think I would rather Martin Boyle be finishing the chances, because I think he's the only one at the moment that I would really put my money on to score a goal for Hibs when it really matters. So, aye, good win for Livingston, 2-1. Like I said, they go 4th now into the top 6, regardless of the results at the weekend. That will not change. They will end the weekend at least in the top 6. So, you know what? Good for them. I mean, the Premier League table, I wouldn't take too much note of it so far. Like I said, if you look at Livingston's run-in, it's hard to judge them after 3 games. I would start judging teams after 11 games. After 11 games, everybody's played each other once, and I think that is when the table will begin to truly, you know, take a true form of what we can expect this season, and that is when we can start to judge the teams, the players, and the managers. But for now, it's been a great start for Livingston, and it continued here today with a 2-1 victory over Hibs. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for Fog Football. Great win for Livy, great win for David Martindale, and the Hibs continue to Hibs it. Till next time, though, peace.